So, good evening, all. Welcome to all today's webinars brought by Bimlabs Global. First of all, let me introduce myself. I'm Krishna Raj, head of the Curriculum Development Unit. So, starting with our company Bimlabs Global. Bimlabs Global as a BIM and CAD service provider. We have three departments: BIM Finishing School, where we provide courses for the students as well as the corporates. Then we have BIM Studio department, where we do the live projects of BIM and we will assist the projects of companies too. Then last department is BIM Bridge, where we provide the placements, we assure the students completing our courses are placed. That's the BIM Bridge division. So these are the certifications and associated partners of Bimlabs Global. We are the partnership of Autodesk, Bentley, etc. And these are the certifications. Now let's move to today's topics. Before starting into that course, the main course, I just want to discuss something on skill. Okay. So we know in today's corporate world, or we can say it is a competitive world, it is to survive in this world, this corporate world, it is essential to acquire skill or to be updated with the technology. As this image shows, it's the skill is related to all this learning, experience, ability, growth, then again advanced training, advanced all this. But like if you're not updated with the technology or just learning is not a process of acquiring skill, then what is upskill? You have to be upskill in order to survive in this competitive world. So what is upskill? So upskilling or acquiring a skill is a process which involves these three main aspects: learn, apply, and share. Okay, like unless or until you have completed these three steps, we cannot say that you have been acquired that skill or upskills. Okay, so considering taking this into consideration means what we are learning, we have to apply and we have to got experience on that. Okay, so taking this into consideration, also saying that experience counts more than certificates. So, taking this into consideration, Bimlabs Global is going to launch a new program that is Bimlabs Certified BIM Professional. So, if you're not updated or if you're not having an experience on what you have learned, there are hundreds or thousands to replace you one of in the industry. Okay, so if you're not up, if you don't know, means we know what us we have learned a particular skill, like some one software we have learned. But if you don't know the application, where to apply, how to apply, and all, there are people to replace. That is the current scenario. So we have going to launch a new program, BIMLab Certified BIM Professional. As the name suggests, you will be a professional in BIM after completing this course. So this webinar, in today's webinar, I'm going to discuss on what is this course, about all the aspects related to it, what are the highlights of this course, what this course makes difference from all our previous courses and all. Okay. So the courses we are providing is BIM Lab Certified BIM Professional Civil as well as for MEP. For Civil also we have this course. For MEP also we have this course. So all the things related to this course for Civil will be discussed or will be explained by myself. And for MEP will be discussed by our MEP expert, Mr. Regit John. So for both the courses, BIM Lab Certified BIM Professional, for both these courses, the duration is like a 6 months course. Okay. Then, what are the highlights of this course? What make this course different from the other courses? We do have other long courses, short courses like that. What makes us different is the expertise in prominent BIM software. We will provide training for the different softwares. So, just what training like means we will be updated, in all softwares in the BIM will be get updated in each year. Some salient features will be adding, some tools will be there will be changes in that. So the training will be provided in the updated manner. Which software, all the updated features we will be providing training. Then the main highlight is we are giving a project-based training. So just mere learning will not help to what will just as I mentioned earlier, just learning will not help to acquire a skill. If you want to expertise in it, we need to experience. We need to have an experience
Good
also.
evening,
So
madam.
yeah, hello, yes. Any questions, or shall I
I think
proceed?
you can continue. Yeah, you can continue, Krishna. He just told good evening. You can continue.
Okay, sure. So, as we just mentioned, just learning will not make you what expertise in a software. You want to apply, or you have to get a experience how this is being done in a project. So we are providing like from the starting itself, while training itself, we are working on a project. The projects which we are already done by the our studio or the project division. So from the start itself, you will be working on that particular project and you will get the what experience on that. So this is the main highlight of this course, that is the project based training. Then exposure to industry based workflow. So what does industry based workflow means? We have when you get a project, okay, when you get a project, it goes under different BIM stages or different project stages. Like if you get a project, when a client approach you with a project, so what we will do, we will just hear all the requirements and then we will do the conceptual design, just do the conceptual design. Then once the client is okay with one design, we will just what proceed to the detailed design, then analysis part. So there is some stage which we follow in a project or a BIM project. So how in a company or the industry, how that project is moving or proceeding, in that workflow, in that manner itself, we are giving a training. Okay, so our curriculum is formed in such a way that how when you get a project, how from the start itself, like what we don't want to do in the first, then detailing, like that workflow will be doing in that particular project. That is, you will get an exposure to industry. So after completing this course, when you are recruited to a company or when you're going to company, that you don't need an extra training. Okay, you don't need an extra training. Or like if you are just recruited to a team where they are doing the project, they're in the mid project, okay, in the mid stage of the project. By seeing the project itself, you can understand in which what is the LOD stage of that, what is the LOD of that project, what they are doing currently. You will understand, you will just what you will get an idea on what they are doing. So that level, that is our motive. That's what we want to implement to our students. That is the exposure to the BIM workflow. Then experience in multiple industry level pilot projects. So for this course, curriculum is made in such a way that it's a 6-month duration project, no? So first 3 months, we will be covering the modules which should be known by all the students who are working in a BIM field. Whether it is an architect, structure, or whoever it is, you must know some softwares if you want to know in a BIM, if you want to extend a BIM field. So for the first 3 months, we will be what discussing the common modules. So on the 3 months, you will be what we will be training on that common modules with a single project. So the last 3 months, again, we will get an what choice to do a specialization. Like in degrees, we have a choice to get the electives and all, no? So like that, after 3 months, you will get a choice to do specialization, whatever area you like, if it is an architecture, structure, infrastructure, whatever it is. Once you have taken the specialization, in that specialization area also you will be working in another project. Okay, like that, you will get an experience in different projects. So just working in one project, you will not be covering all aspects maybe. So when you work in multiple project, two or more project, you will get a full knowledge on what are the things you want to know. That is the multiple like industry level pilot project. Next, for the BCBP Civil course, you have a choice to take two specialized in the core areas. So what are the specialization? I will be explain the coming slides. So you will get a you have a choice to take two what core areas in the specialization for the civil course at the end of the 3 months. This next highlight is BIM project experience in international standards. That is, the projects which we are included in this course is also what like following the UAE standards, means like Dubai projects and all we are just taking. So we will get an experience on those. So whoever, if you want to go to abroad and start their career, will be helpful for from those projects. Okay. And last but not least, for the whoever taking admission, whoever starting taking this course, we are providing 100% assured placement. So this placement, like either you will be placed in our BIM labs or BIM lab client side. Means we will be like we are already having a tie-up with many BIM companies all over the world. So after completing the course, once you have a machine test and interview, once you have passed, you will be placed. So we are assuring a 100% placement for this course. So these are the highlights of BIM Lab certified BIM professional course, which are going to launch in this month. Okay, coming on the certifications. So after the course, there will be a course completion certificate from BIM Labs. Then auditor certification from for different softwares for auditor softwares. So for different projects, you will be working on different projects. For the projects, you will be getting a certificate from our BIM studio department, project department, that is BIM studio. So these are the things about the certifications. Next, coming to our curriculum of BIMLab Certified BIM Professional Civil. So already mentioned, 6 months duration is the course. So first 3 months we will be a project-based training. So all the modules which you just common, which has to be known by the people who were working in this BIM field, will be covering under 3 months. And you will be working in a single project. Okay, that scenario is when you get a project, what are the first step? If you are in you will be doing the architecture modeling. With that reference, you will use the structure modeling. Then you will review that particular models. Then extracting level like that. In that stage itself, or in that workflow itself, in a single project, you will be working in the 3 months. So at the end of the 3 months, what you can take the specialization in architecture, structure, etc. So when you're taking a specialization, for example, if you take a specialization in architecture, so what are the extra software you need to know for that? That as well as for the projects in that specialization area, you will be trained in the first month. Okay, the last 2 months you will be working thoroughly in the projects which you have taken the specialization with under the guidance of a faculty. So we can say like first 3 months, one project. When you're taking two specialization, again two projects you are taking. Okay, so at the end of the course, you will be working in the three projects. So you will get an experience on three projects. And also you can take projects depending on the project duration and your duration, you can take the project as per the availability. Okay, so meanwhile, two projects for the specialization you can take. Now, coming under the key tools and software use, these are the list. So AutoCAD, we are starting with AutoCAD, then Formit 360 and SketchUp for the conceptual design stage, Enscape for visualization, Rivet for detailed designing, Naviswork for construction and coordination, Primavera for the project management, BIM 360 for the cloud integration, Recap Pro for scan to BIM, Insight 360 for the energy analysis, Dynamo, robot structure analysis for the structural analysis, StatPro for the modeling and analysis of the structure, and Civil 3D for infrastructure. So these are the softwares or tools used in the BCBP Civil course. Okay. Now, about the course structure for the 3 months. So as already mentioned, the first 3 months, so whoever taking admission in this course, these modules or this modules will be common to all. So all the people, all the students have to cover this modules. Okay, first one is introduction to BIM. So some may be knowing what is BIM, some know what is BIM, some may be not knowing what is BIM. So we will just start with an overview of BIM. So we will discuss on this part. We will discuss what is BIM. We will give an idea of BIM about the project stages. Okay, like as a concept design stage, detailed design stage, analysis, logistic, commissioning, different stages are there. So all about the project stages, AEC industry, transition from CAD to BIM, all will be discussed in this particular introduction to BIM stage. Okay, once it is a theory portion. Okay, once it is completed, we go for the 2D CAD documentation. So there will be a question, we are into BIM, then why CAD? Why CAD? Because we are in a transition stage. Some companies are still following CAD, some CAD, BIM, etc. So, for example, when you go to a company and they are using CAD as well as BIM, so you will get a like site plan you are getting as a CAD reference. Okay, so and you want to, your role is to do in a Rivet 3D modeling you want to do, but you are getting the reference file from CAD. So when you get that reference file, you should know how to study that CAD file. Okay, how you should know how to study the reference well, then only you can take it as reference and you can work on your Rivet. So for that we will be covering the CAD documentation also, AutoCAD portion also we will be starting. Okay, then BIM parametric models. So here the workflow is, once the introduction part is over, you will be working on a CAD. Okay, you will be doing the CAD architecture and CAD reference. With that reference, you will be go and work in the 3D modeling in Rivet. That is the parametric model management. 3D modeling will be completed here. Parametric, it include architecture, structure as well. Then go for visualization. So visualization part will be like a rendering images, walk through, everything will be done there. So this, you will get the reference file from CAD, you will do the modeling in what Rivet. So architectures will be in real scenario, architectures will be do the architecture modeling, structure people will do the structure modeling. So how to coordinate this together, or in order to review each what models, it is done by the what BIM coordinators. So that also, that the part is done in the construction and coordination. Okay, how the architecture model and structure model we coordinate. And in order to review each model, or when we compare together, we need to check there is any clashes or not. So all those things will be covered under this part, that is construction and coordination. Okay, once that everything is done, means after reviewing each models, after doing the clash test, once the 3D model is thoroughly perfectly okay, then we will go for the BIM, information management. So in BIM, I is the main ingredient, that is information. So the output of the BIM is said to be zero error intelligent model. Why it is said to be intelligent model? Why? Because it contains all the information. So how to take the information, how to extract deliverables, extract drawings, all those things will be covered in the BIM information management. Okay. Next comes the construction management, that is the project management, the scheduling of a project, to find the date, to find the cost of the project. That portions, everything will be covered in this construction management. Next part is BIM cloud integration. So cloud integration means, like, if you want to work in a BIM industry or a BIM project, you must follow a common data environment. For example, in a project, different stakeholders are working in a project. Designers, organizations are there, engineers are there, outside organizations are there, client organizations are like that. Different people are involved in a project. Okay, so for collaboratively or for a teamwork, in order to collaboratively come what mix together, like comes together for all the people to work in an effective manner. For BIM, we need a common data environment. There are many products, like for Autodesk, there are many products. Bentley is providing the many products. So that part will be covered under BIM cloud integration. It is the cloud platform, okay, where everyone can work on a single project. So it is called the anytime, anywhere access. So it means if we are working in a project, we are in different places, the same instantly, if we want to work on a same file, we can use done using this cloud platform, that is cloud integration. Next is facility management in BIM. So facility management is coming under the last stage of project, that is the operation and maintenance stage. So that is when construction everything is over and when we are handing over to the client. Okay, and when the client starts using the project, that stage is called operation and maintenance. So how BIM is involved in that stage, or how BIM can be helpful in what the operation maintenance of a particular building, that all things will be covered in the facility management in BIM. Okay, so up to this, okay, like a 2D CAD documentation to up to facility management, you will be working in a single project in that order itself. Okay, after that coming is scan to BIM. So scan to BIM is also a demanding what technology in this industry, today's industry. So scan to BIM is a technology, we can say it is like a reverse process of Revit. So in Revit under what we are doing, we just do the plan and then we will construct a 3D model and then go for the construction, the real side. Here it is like a reverse process, like already we have a structure with us. Okay, like for example, we have an old monuments, the purpose is we need to renovate that particular structure, but we don't have any documents related to it. So how to recreate that documents of a particular what building, that what we are doing using the scan to BIM technology. By using some laser points like laser technology, we'll create the point clouds and we will transfer these point clouds into the different softwares. Then we recreate the what documents and then we do the renovation parts. So since it is a demanding technology, we are added that in the common module scan to BIM. Here also we can take a case study or something and we will be doing it. That is scan to BIM. Next is BIM execution plan. So if you want to work in a project, you must know a BEP. That is an important term. That is an important term in BIM project. So it means in that plan, BEP, it will contain how to execute that particular project. So from the starting to end, how to execute that project with zero run, we will be here in the BEP. Okay, so when you get a BEP of a project, you need to know how to study that BEP. And also you need to know how to create a BEP of the particular project. Both will be discussed in the BIM execution plan stage. That is BEP. And last but not least, the last stage is building a career in BIM. Okay. In that module, what we are discussing is the current industry trend, the scope of industry of BIM, different BIM companies, they like architecture BIM companies, structure companies all over the world. There are different projects. So, what are the career opportunities? Everything will be discussed here. So, at the end of the 3 months, in this, after the end of this module, you will get an idea on in which path you want or which specialization you want to take, architecture, structure, or whatever you want to take. You will get an idea on that. From that module itself, you have to get a clear cut idea on in which path your career have to follow. You have to set that thing for in what for considering that or highlighting that or like about to know a clear cut idea on what is your career path. We have introduced that particular module, building a career in BIM. So from that, whoever have doubts in which field you want to take and all, you will get an idea. By we will explain different BIM companies, like different BIM companies, there are different projects. Now what's the trend on that, everything will be discussed in building a career in BIM. So these stages or these modules are common for all those who are taking admission for the first 3 months. So after the 3 months, we will go for the specialization area. So these are the software for each area which we have discussed now. For AutoCAD is there. For the parametric model management, we are using Format 360 for the conceptual designing, Rivet architecture and Rivet structure for the detailed designing. For the visualization part, Rivet architecture. For the construction coordination, reviewing the models, finding the clash test, everything, we are using the Navisworks software. Then BIM information, extracting the deliverables to handing over to the client and all, you're using the Rivet software. Construction management, scheduling and all using Primavera software. Cloud integration, we are using BIM 360. Facility management in COBie data to how to prepare a COBie data. So that is a document. COBie is a set of document which we are handing over to the client for the easy operation maintenance of that particular building. Okay, that how to prepare that will be discussed, will be in facility management. Scan to BIM will be by Rivet and Recap Pro. So these are the tools which we are covering under the 3 months. For means These software will be studied by all who are taking admission in this course for the first 3 months. Next, after the end of 3 months, means at the last module, that after building a career in BIM, you will be having an idea on which field you want to take. So here, these are the options for the specialization area. You can take a specialization in architecture, concrete structure buildings, steel structures, interior design, and infrastructure. Okay, so you have in the civil, you have an option to take two choice. Like if you want to take architecture as well as interior, what you can take architecture and interior. So you will be doing an one architecture project as well as interior project. Okay, you will be working in two projects. So after the 3 months, if you're taking an architecture and interior design as your specialization area means, the first month, what are the modules or the software which you want to know in your core areas? For example, architecture. So you have already studied Formit 360 as conceptual design, but in detail, in conceptual design stage, you have SketchUp. So that will be taught here. Then about the Revit architecture, how to build a 3D model and everything will be covered here. But there are something more when you are doing in a real-time project. Okay, like in Revit software itself, we can do based on the LODs, we can do conceptual design, schematics, IFC documentation, etc. These things are different for architecture, structure, and all. So the core thing which you will know only when you are doing a project will be discussed here in this that first month. Okay, in structures, we will be have robot structure analysis, StatPro, Dynamo in structure, Dynamo in architecture. That will be the speed. Steel structure, we will be having rivet structure again, then advanced steel, etc. Interior design, again, rivet architecture. Infrastructure will be having civil 3D. So here also infrastructure also we are having a project and you will be working on that project. So if you want to take two, you have the option to take two specialization areas. And the first 3 months, there will be training for that core area software as well as that project. Last 2 months, you will be working paka in the project with the guidance of a faculty. Okay. So now coming to the curriculum of this BCBP Civil course, as already discussed, first module will be Introduction to BIM. Introduction to BIM means just overview of BIM, what the project stages, AC industry, transition stage, and also we will be discussed, no, what is the project, which project you are going to complete, you are going to work in this, what 3 months will be discussed there. Okay, that is the first module. Next, coming to AutoCAD, introduction to AutoCAD, about the tools, interface, everything. Then AutoCAD 2D drafting architecture as well as structure will be. So in this, if when you get a project, no, first you will do in the CAD software. You will do the architecture as well as the structure. Then making this or taking this as a reference, we will go and work in the Revit. Okay, so after this, fifth module will be BIM process and workflow. So there you will study in detail what is BIM or what are the things you want to follow while you are working in BIM project. Means LOD, it is an important technical term related to it. LOD is BIM standards, EIR, OB, IFC, federal. So what all things you need to know when you're working in a BIM project will all be discussed here, and it will be discussed related to our project which we are working, so that you will get an understand on what are the areas or what are the things you want to follow. That is BIM process and workflow. After that, conceptual design using Formit 360. You will do the conceptual design, then architecture modeling using Revit target. So we will take that CAD file as a reference. Okay. Here the thing is when that project workflow is, if you have a CAD file, you will use it as a reference and you will do a 3D modeling. But also in Revit, you can just, if you don't have a reference file, you can just do what from scratch, you can make plan and do the 3D model. That will be also taught here. Okay. Not merely following the project, but because we are just giving a training, no, you will follow the project as well as what all the other aspects what we can do from Revit itself. We can what draw plan and what do the 3D modeling. That also will be discussed here. So that is architecture modeling using Revit architecture. Okay, then what, after completing architecture model, we will take that as a reference and we will do what the structure modeling. So that is the workflow. From CAD file as a reference, we will do the architecture modeling. Then architecture file as a reference, we will do the structure model. For that, we need to what set up the coordinates and all. Okay, so that we were so setting coordinates for studying about shared coordinates, everything. What this module, multidisciplinary coordination, it is an important module which everyone must know. Multidisciplinary coordination, how to coordinate different disciplines like architecture file, structure file, MEP file, how to coordinate all will be discussed here. So once it is set, then we will go for the structure modeling using the rivet structure. Then interior design. So that is the parametric model management, architecture modeling, structure modeling, and completing the interior design vessels. So our model is completed. Next, we will go for the reviewing of each model and also check the clash detection using Navisworks. Also in Navisworks software, we can have other, not only reviewing, not only clash detection tests, we have some other aspects also in Navisworks. That is, we can do the quantification and all. So that will be taught here. That is the module 12 quantification. Okay. So once reviewing everything is done, once the model is ready, then what information management, extract document deliverables or extracting the drawings. So in when you are working in a project, no, there are some some guidelines that you want to extract 6 deliverables which have contained 4 elevation you must have, 2 sessions you must have, staircase detailing you must have, wall section you must have, general arrangement, that is floor area plan, like that. Some documents you want to extract or what drawings you want to extract, that all will be discussed here. Okay, that is documentation, estimation, and construction modeling as well. So construction modeling means like it contains some topics which will make our modeling part easier. That also you must know. That is discussed in the this module 15, construction modeling. After that, everything is over. We will go for the visualization using Rivet. Since it is a common for all, only the visualization using Rivet will be discussed here. Detailed visualization like Enscape, using Enscape and all will be done for the architectures who are taking it as a specialization. Here just a basic visualization using Rivet will be discussed. After that, then module 17 is the project management using Primer. You will do the scheduling of this particular project. You want to find that what complete duration to complete that project as well as the cost. Okay, that will be what you will be doing using the Primavera software. After that, BIM 360. Once is everything documents, everything is created, we will be logging into BIM 360 where we will watch all our documents and all. The explanation of what is BIM 360, what is cloud integration, and everything will be discussed in this particular module. After BIM 360, module 19 is facility management using COBE. So as already mentioned, operation maintenance stage. So how is BIM and facility management connected? How BIM play an important role here? How COBE documents are created? So you will create a COBE data of the particular project which you have been working. Okay, that is facility management using COBE. That's once after taking the extracting the COBE data, your project is there is completed. Next, we will go for scan to BIM. Then BIM execution plan, you will be giving a sample, a BEP of another project where you can just study means you how to read a BEP. Then you can create a BEP of your project or the project which you have already done. And the last module will be building a career in BIM. So in this module, you will get a clear-cut idea on which path you need to follow or what are the specialization areas you need to choose. That is that module. So at the end of module 22, like your like a 3 months course, 3 months course structure will be completed. Then we will go for the specialization. You can choose 2 specialization area for the first month. That in the third 3 month, first month you will be giving training for the pilot project. So whatever projects you have taken for the whatever specialization areas you have taken, so the software which is needed for that as well as for that project training will be given for the first month, and the last 2 months you will be working in that project. You will get a multiple projects based on the duration of the project. Okay, so some projects will be if it is a small, if it is completed in like 3 to 4 weeks, you can take another other project also. So depending on the your duration, your time, as well as the project duration, you can take the multiple projects. So these are the specializations. So these are the what details of BIMLAB certified BIM professional civil course.